Hello and welcome to this bonus unboxing video, I guess, with remarkable timing. The printer that I had the test print from before we even started the campaign, which was this set of cards here, the backs and so forth. So for example, I think I've already shown some of these, like the Two of Wands here, and the Ace of Cups, and the King of Wands here at the front. So this was 78 cards that I had printed just as a test proof of concept. But over the course of the Kickstarter, in discussions with everyone, I tried different places to put the titles and the labels and the keywords and the Kabbalah bits, and whether that goes on the pip cards, which it now doesn't, and so forth. So in the meantime, during the campaign, I ordered a second print from the excuse me, from the printers who printed this one, and also a third test print from an alternative printer that came forward to offer us sort of printing and distribution, which, seeing as the deck has gone from 100 copies to over 1,000, probably 1,500 copies, distribution is something that we might be quite interested in. So here is the box that's just arrived literally today, and I've not opened it, so I'm just physically going to open it. And obviously, if this works out terribly, then you'll never see this video, but I'm hoping that you will get to see it. So what have we got in here? So we've got the what do we call it? The shrink wrapped deck, if I can say it properly. I'm so excited. So there's the deck. There is a 3 of blades. So 3 blades. Now you'll notice already that cut line, I made them very close to the top, so I could actually judge on a template whereabouts I'm going to need to place this text. Now obviously the text for this is actually going to go on to the bottom now, but at the time I just sent off a print with different locations and so forth. So that's shrink wrapped, and that's 180 cards. So sorry, 130 cards. 130 cards that we have there. Yeah, you can see, let's get these confused. Well, there's the 78 cards, here's now the 130 cards, you can see there. So what we're going to do is take a look at the difference between, let me just take a look here, the difference between the first print and the second print. So that's what we're going to take a look at. Also, I think there is a tin in here. There should be. I'll get it out. Oh, I know what this is. I'd totally forgotten, but the booklet as well, the printed booklet. That is a unedited version of a crowd, as in crowdsourcing, heading towards a landscape in the distance with the word tarot on it, done by AI design. But I thought I'd test that, and this is a blank booklet, but you can see that it is saddle stitched. It's actually quite nicely saddle stitched. Come to look at it. And again, this was just so I could work out the spacing and the typesetting to a to that format. So that's probably the size of the guide little white book that will come with the come with the deck. And obviously there'll be a PDF copy of that, probably in a lot more detail than in the small printed guide, but that'll be enough for the keywords and so forth. And then what we have, oh what? Wow, this is even better than I thought. So here is the tin, and there is the lid for the tin with the rose key design on the front. So sorry, I'm just a bit blown away by that. gosh, yeah, that will work very well, I think, for the tin. And yes, and it has the divider, the sort of small card central divider that can slot in there, and basically that will allow us to put in the cards sort of either side, like so. So that is the tin, and that's a fairly solid, that's a gorgeous gorgeous design. Okay, so let's just take the well, actually I can leave those cards in there, so I'll leave the first print cards and the booklet, which will also go in the tin, like so. And then we have that. So if you haven't backed yet and you're watching this whilst the campaign is still running, then this is what you're missing out on. Buy now, operators are standing by to take your call. So I'm going to try and open this deck, and I hate doing this because the stress of running a Kickstarter has made me bite my nails again. So I have to just cut that scissors. There we go. And so here we go. We are actually opening a test print from the printers of 180. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying 180. 130 cards. So let's take a look at a few of these. So you can see some more of the sword cards here. Again, that was one of the pip cards for the swords. Another of the pip cards for the blades, swords. Now, okay, so right, there is the Empress with the keywords, and I can already see that text. I can see where I'm going to need to place the text now, and the fact that the really small font that I was using on some of the Facebook promo cards is nice when it's on a mobile phone screen and you can zoom in, but obviously illegible on a physical card. So so that gives us a great idea for the size of the font that we're going to use. There's an actual alternative. In fact, we've got two alternatives for that. So there's the alternative art for the Empress card. That's one of the cards that we'll probably have what's the word I'm after, alternatives. And you can see here as well, that was the first version of the star. We've actually got the second version in here as well, and so we can see how we're going to have to put the text. See, I tried to line it perfectly against the cut line so that I've got the physical positioning. So on the digital version of this, I know where that wording is the physical cut line of the card, and I can leave a bit of a gutter or a margin underneath that when I move it up and know exactly where it's going to go. Obviously there'll be a third test print as well, at least, for the deck before we order 1,500 of them. You can see similarly here. Now in this case we've actually got a far more easily read font there, so that's probably going to be about the size of it, I would imagine. I can see that even at a distance, and I'm short-sighted, so I can see that even quite close without even putting my glasses on, so that's good. One of the versions of the Two of Pentacles there. The printing is gorgeous. It just shines really nicely, and picks up all of the detail even on the sort of dark cards. There's one version of the pip cards for the coins. In terms of the size of the deck, don't be confused about the size of it. It is a standard tarot size. It just looks small in my massive great hands. So there's the Page of Cups you saw. It's one of my favourite cards, the Page of Wands, like an envoy. So I will be looking through this and working out what we're going to, whereabouts I'm actually going to place the, so there's one of the wands pips, and another wands pips, the 3 of wands pips. So you can see, obviously these will have 3 wands written on the bottom of them, and also with keywords if you've ordered the keywords one. There is the final Knight of Cups. So again, I think I'm a lot closer to knowing the sizing of the fonts and the positioning now, so I can do a final test print of the finished deck, saving some surprises in there. That's the one I've just shared actually, the 10 of Cups, the card of perfected success and completion, and there's a draft of the AI. Actually, I've since changed the eye and done a lot of photoshopping on this card, but this will have the deck number and hopefully be signed as well. Yeah, so they're looking fine. I think they're going to look great with the box, with the tin. And I've also been sent some sort of test different cardstock as well, just in case we can. Well, we have got the superior upgrade, but I just wanted to have a look at the different cardstock just in case. But I think this will be the sort of final shape and size of things. Now, this is from the first printer, so we're already quite happy. We worked with them before, but I'm waiting for a second test print to arrive, which could be any time, in order to assess whether one printer, one cost is slightly better than the other. To be honest, the costs are exactly virtually the same ballpark, although the second printer offers distribution both from the US and directly from the factory, and it's likely then that if we go that route, it will be distributed from a US distributor to US and Canada, from here in the UK to Europe, and from China to the rest of the world. So that's what we're sort of thinking. So there is the well-timed last day of the campaign, Everlasting Day beginner's deck in a tin. So thank you very much for sharing this video with me. Thanks a lot.